Let's go over to macOS land. Someone popped this up yesterday on the timeline, and it's definitely dominating Bitcoin Twitter right now. And that is the fact that inside every macOS computer since 2017 has been hidden a little paper called the Bitcoin white paper. This was first surfaced a while ago on a blog post, but didn't really get a lot of attention. And then it was surfaced again on another blog post, and it has been circulating quite a bit. It's deep within some files, so it'd be pretty hard to find it, but it does come standard on most Mac computers since 2017. Anything earlier from that does not seem to have it. Now the speculation is starting, right? Why is somebody putting the Bitcoin white paper into all these computers? There's some comments thinking about the fact that maybe we just want this white paper to be everywhere. Other people thinking like, it's a pretty light paper. Maybe they just like needed it to test the software, have it in there, just add it in there for kicks and giggles. We don't really know. Maybe there's a Bitcoin maximalist working deep inside Apple trying to orange pill as many people as possible. So we thought he'd do this. Speculation, anyone game. Jen, I'll throw it over to you for your thoughts. Is
Satoshi Tim Cook? No, just joking. That's not my take. But yes. No, I actually love this. I love that as a community that's pretty we're pretty small. We all talk to each other. There are these little Easter eggs that we can hold on to and have joy throughout dark times. I absolutely love it. My theory is that Satoshi works at Apple. I'm just going to keep that theory going. That's what I'm going to take away from the story. But there are a lot of fun theories within the story. One of them is that a coder from Apple used this as an act of defiance against Craig Wright, who was out there suing everyone who published the paper for copyright. They said that, Craig Wright wouldn't be able to take on a company like Apple. So maybe that's what happened here. I love that we're talking about this a day after Satoshi's birthday. And that's where I'm going to leave it. Adam?
Yeah, so I did confirm right before we got on the show this morning that that this is actually a thing, and that if you again get into the terminal and enter that command to open, the file that's fairly nested, then you will find that. I was startled when I did it though, because as I entered the terminal command and as the white paper popped up, I was wearing my headphones for this show, and we had very ominous techno music that kind of swelled around that, and I was like, oh my god! Not only is it here, but it has a soundtrack. So anyways, that turned out to not be correct. But yeah, no, I like the Craig Wright explanation for this. I think that makes a lot of sense. And I of all of the plausible things that we could believe about this, I'm going to go with that one just personally because I think it's the funniest. Will?
Yeah, I think for listeners who might not know about this whole controversy, Craig Wright was a longtime Bitcoin developer, if you want to loosely call him that. And then he claimed at one point to be Satoshi Nakamoto himself. There's a whole history of people saying he was a scammer and a liar. It developed to the point where people were posting the white paper on public pages or on the company pages as an act of defiance against Craig Wright, who was actively suing anybody who was publishing the white paper. And so maybe in this case, a Bitcoin maximalist or someone who just really cares about Bitcoin decided to plant this Bitcoin white paper inside of a ton of computers all over the world at once. So then it basically kill any case Craig Wright had, which is kind of a fun story. I didn't really put that together. I'm kind of impressed that someone put that together so fast. Just me, I'm thinking about it. I bet there's someone at Apple who really likes Bitcoin. They're working on the files and the software for when we're releasing these computers. And they're like, I'll just slip this in here. No one's going to notice. Maybe one day they will. And I hope that person is having a really good day today. Jen, over to you.
I mentioned that it was Satoshi's birthday yesterday. George Kalutis wrote this really fun piece on his birthday, and in that he said, I don't have this exact quote in front of me, but he said, "Doesn't actually matter who Satoshi is." And so I love that we've taken this little Easter egg. We're talking about who Satoshi could be, but I think the fundamental thing here is that we're talking about the Bitcoin white paper, and we continue to do so through fun things like this. And hopefully, someone who hasn't read it is watching this or hears about it through news like this, and then reads it, and it's introduced to more and more people. And so that is where I'm going to leave it for this part of the show.
That's fair. That's fair. Adam, any final thoughts on the Bitcoin white paper making its way into your computer?
I wonder
I hope you
where
had a copy
else it is.
In the first place, by the way. Did you
Pardon?
have it? Did you have it?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. No, the white paper's good stuff. But yeah, no. I mean, I'm wondering, is it just Apple? Is it possible that there are other hidden Easter eggs? I think the term Easter egg is the correct one here, so kudos on that one. Yeah, I mean, so that's what I'm wondering is where else will we see Bitcoin popping up where it's not expected? Yeah, exactly.
Is this a scavenger hunt? Is it the beginning of something bigger? We're not sure.
National Treasure.
Narrator. It wasn't.
Get Nick Cage on the case. Okay, we'll leave that there.